Welcome back, everybody. Let's get into Love After Lockup, Season 6, Episode 15, Quarter in a Lie. Will and Courtney's recap.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Thank you, subscribers, and my nieces and nephews, and all the y'all who have been here through the long haul. Shall we get into it? Oh, yes, we shall. It's time for Auntie Advice. Sweet old. It's time for Auntie Advice. Oh, yeah. It's time for Auntie Advice. Sweet old Auntie Advice.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Let's get into it. So on last week's episode, we saw Courtney trying to pawn off a ring that she believed was 2 carats, and that the value of it was $20,000, and a cheetah coat that we saw her buy in the thrift store. So she's right now living in a house that she said her friend got for her. Now I was very confused that she said that Matt got that place for her. Mark got the place for her, because in a previous episode I could have sworn that I heard her say that her sponsor helped her get a place. Now I don't know if she was saying that her sponsor helped her get the first halfway house that she violated in or not. Y'all let me know downtown in the chat, because I'm really confused about who actually got that place for her, because Mark was only interested in her living with him. So I think this Courtney need to get these stories together, unless I just completely and totally misunderstood what she said. But I could have sworn she said that once she violated, that this guy had helped her, because the one that she was living in before, she was assigned by the jail. Now she is saying that, she has to pay all this money for rent. She has been nickeling, diming these these sugar daddies. She called her mother last week and asked her mother whether or not she would give her some money. And the mother said no, because the only time that you call, okay, is when you need some money. So right now we are seeing her as she is moving into the place with the woman. They're going to be roommates together with one another. And I believe she says she's going to be paying about $600 as opposed to paying $750 for room and board. So she don't have to nickel and dime anybody. As we all heard her say last week, she said that she had gotten a job at a auto shop or something like that. And so, she was asked a question whether or not that was going to suffice, or whether or not that was going to be something that she could use to help pay her bills. And she said she wasn't really sure about it because she ain't got her first check yet. But let me tell you right now, we count our coins. All right. So anyway, so in the meantime and in between time, we see Will, headed out to Portland to meet with her, because he has drawn up his divorce papers and he wants her to sign it. He said that he still loves her, but he ain't got it to do. He said that there was some old memories between the two of them that, he thought, were special. And now those things are just like absolutely gone. And so he calls Courtney on the phone, and Courtney has not been answering his telephone call. So he has been doing some research in order to find out where Courtney is, right? Because he wants her to sign his divorce papers. Now we know that he had allegedly met with a divorce lawyer, and the divorce lawyer told him, you've only been married 6 weeks, which means you don't even have to be doing annulment. You can just do a dissolution of the marriage, right? Because he hasn't been married to her but 6 weeks, and half of that time she been gone. He was only with her, 3 days? But they did consummate the marriage, so it's going to be a dissolution of that marriage. And so he wants to, go out there and he wants to, do what he got to do with the whoop whoop and the boop 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 as it relates to her. But like I said, he has not been able to get in contact with her. And so we see him driving in the car. He has like 3 or 4 entries for Courtney. I was like, damn, how many numbers does Courtney have? And so, he's calling her, she's not answering the phone and all that kind of stuff, right? And she has been avoiding him, right? Because he doesn't want to give her any money. He has not performed or has not acted like a supporting husband who will be there through richer, for poor, for worse, or for better, or for right. He just has not been that husband to her. And so, she's like done, tied, and through with him. She's been hiding and ducking him. And so, eventually he gets over to the house and he knocks on this woman's door like the police. And I was like, I don't care how mad Will is. I don't care how bad she has treated him. He has no right to come to someone else's house and bang on the door like that. So Courtney opens up the door. It's Will at the door, and she is shocked. She is shaking and everything because she knows that she is not giving him her address at all. So she steps out of the house in the rain, and now Will is standing outside with a piece of paper and with an ink pen and tells her, sign the papers. He gives the papers to her. She rips it. She said, you can take this and stick this up with your guy. He said, I figured that you were going to do that. So then why are you there? Well, why are you there? Because you miss her? He really wants, I think, Courtney back. He just wants Courtney to be broke and beholden to him. That's my opinion. He wants her to have nothing. She tells him, you lied to me. You told me that wedding ring was 2 carats. It was real, and it was worth something. He said the ring was real. I paid $10,000 for that ring off of the internet. I said it's a new sucker. Born every day. If you believe that you are legitimately buying some $20,000 2 carat ring off the internet and it's real, okay, Will. Will, in my opinion, is a wannabe. He's one of those guys that's just awkward. His body's awkward. His head is shaped awkward. He looks like, he has nuts and bolts coming out of it like Frankenstein. Like his head has this weird square look to it. His lips is just too pink. It almost looks like they're tattooed. He's just not an attractive kind of guy, right? But a lot of times those nerdy, unattractive guys be getting the women. I don't know, but he just really seemed very desperate to me. And I think that he thought that he broke Courtney. And the thing about it, no matter how much money you give to a person, you can't buy somebody, right? Um, and so, they're going back and forth, and he's telling her, you don't pick up my phone calls. When I call you, I get up in the morning and I'm thinking about you and I'll call you. So I was like, okay, so you just want her back. But this is not the way to get her back, by throwing all of her faults in her face. And at the same time, Courtney is acting like a hoe. I mean, let's just put it out there. She is saying that she has not slept with that guy Mark because she doesn't want to be obligated. Then she was with a woman in the car, right? So we don't know what Courtney is doing. Courtney is doing whatever she has to do in order to get a coin, which is disgusting. But she's doing what she has to do. And so now here we have the two of them, right? Going through, the whoop whoop and the boop boop boop. And at the end of the day, she's not going to divorce him. He asked her who she slept with, who she's been sleeping with, and she said nobody. And she was like, what? So we don't know what to believe, but it just all roads lead to it. It seems like Courtney is doing what she got to do. She's doing some strange things for some change. And so anyway, that he gets on her and tells her how she has not been responsive to him. And she was like, look, I've never done this before. I don't know how to do this. And that kind of made me kind of pause. But I was like, is that manipulation or is she really being real about it? So she was saying that, there's some things that, she just doesn't understand. She's never really had a stable relationship. But that's been on Courtney because her mother has tried to be there for her. It appears that, she was doing all kinds of stuff, in car accidents and just hanging around the wrong crowd, getting on drugs, and then ultimately going to jail. And Will is not understanding that. He just wants the divorce from Courtney. And guess what we want? We want the divorce from Courtney, and we want Will and Courtney to go away. That's what we want. That's all I got for this couple. Y'all let me know downtown in the chat what y'all think about it. We ain't going to spend another further on them because we have got to talk about JK, Broke, and Alex. Love y'all. Bye.